The orbital station shuddered as another plasma bolt tore through its outer hull. Captain Rylan Creed steadied himself against the command console, his knuckles white with tension. Around him, the bridge crew worked frantically, their faces illuminated by the crimson emergency lights that pulsed like a dying heartbeat. "Sir, the Crethean fleet has breached Sector 7, Lieutenant Voss reported, her voice tight with barely contained fear. 43 warships and counting. They're demanding our immediate surrender." Rylan's jaw clenched. The Cretheans, a militaristic species that had conquered 17 star systems in the past decade, had finally set their sights on humanity's frontier colonies. This station, Outpost Meridian, was all that stood between them and 3 billion human lives on the planets below. "Evacuation status?" Rylan asked. "Civilian transports have cleared the lower decks, but the defense grid is at 20% capacity. We can't hold them for more than 15 minutes. Voss paused, meeting his eyes. "Captain, we should evacuate. This is a losing fight." Rylan looked through the viewport at the approaching armada. Each Crethean vessel bristled with weapons, their hulls painted with the blood-red insignia of their empire. Logic dictated retreat, wisdom counseled survival, but something deeper, something fundamentally human refused to yield. "No," he said quietly. "We hold the line." The bridge fell silent. Every officer turned to look at him. "Sir, that's suicide," Voss protested. "Maybe," Rylan acknowledged. He activated the station-wide communications. "All hands, this is Captain Creed. I won't lie to you, we're outgunned and outnumbered. Command has authorized a full evacuation. Anyone who wants to leave has my blessing and my gratitude for their service." He paused, his voice hardening with resolve. "But I'm staying. This station protects 3 billion souls who can't protect themselves. If the Cretheans want it, they'll have to pry it from my cold, dead hands." Creed out. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then Voss moved to her station, fingers dancing across the controls. "Diverting auxiliary power to weapons," she announced. One by one, the bridge crew returned to their posts. No one left. Rylan felt something swell in his chest. Pride, perhaps, or the recognition that humanity's greatest strength had never been its weapons or technology. It was this, the stubborn refusal to abandon those who couldn't fight for themselves. "They're hailing us again." "Captain," the communications officer reported. On screen. The view screen flickered to life, revealing Commander Zethrak, the Crethean fleet admiral. His chitinous face twisted into what might have been a sneer. "Human, your defiance is noted and dismissed. You have one final opportunity to surrender." "You know what?" Rylan said conversationally. "I think I'll pass. Here's my counteroffer. Turn your ships around and maybe I'll let you leave with your dignity intact." Zethrak's mandibles clicked in what Rylan had learned was Crethean laughter. Admirable courage. Pointless but admirable. "When we crush your station, I will ensure your name is remembered as the fool who—" The admiral stopped mid-sentence, his eyes widening. Behind him, Rylan could see Crethean officers scrambling, alarms spreading across their bridge. "What is it?" Rylan demanded. "Impossible," Zethrak breathed. "How did you—" "The transmission cut off. Captain!" Voss shouted. "I'm reading 2 massive energy signatures dropping out of hyperspace. They're—" "Oh my God." The view screen automatically shifted focus, and Rylan's breath caught in his throat. Emerging from the swirling vortex of a hyperspace window came a creature that should have existed only in myths and legends. A dragon, not a metaphor or codename, but an actual dragon, its scales gleaming like molten gold in the starlight. It was enormous, easily half the size of a Crethean battlecruiser, with wings that seemed to fold space itself as they moved. "Dravik," Rylan whispered, recognition flooding through him. Beside the dragon materialized another impossible sight, a wolf the size of a frigate, its fur rippling with celestial light, eyes burning like twin stars. Lunara. The crew stared in stunned silence as the 2 cosmic beings positioned themselves flanking Outpost Meridian. They had come for him. After all this time, after years of believing their departure had been permanent, they had returned. Rylan had first encountered them 5 years ago on the frontier world of Calith 9. During humanity's first contact with the ancient species known as the Primordials, beings older than recorded history, who occasionally bonded with individuals they deemed worthy. The dragon and the wolf had chosen him, fought beside him, saved his life more than once. But when the war ended, they had departed into the cosmic deep, and Rylan had never expected to see them again. Until now. Dravik's telepathic voice resonated through every mind on the station, deep and ancient. You stood alone, Rylan Creed. You stood when others would have fled. For this we have crossed galaxies to fight beside you once more. Lunara's voice followed, fierce and protective. No pack abandons its own. No friend stands alone while we draw breath. The Crithian fleet hesitated, their formation breaking as ships attempted to reorient toward these new threats. Commander Zethrak's face reappeared on screen, no longer confident but rigid with fear. What manner of allies? The kind, Rylan interrupted, allowing himself a grim smile. That respond when you threaten their friend. Last chance, Commander. Leave now, or learn why humanity doesn't fight alone. Dravik opened his massive jaws, and cosmic fire, energy drawn from the hearts of dying stars, illuminated the void. Lunara howled, and the sound resonated across quantum frequencies, causing Crithian ships to shudder and list. They didn't need to attack. The message was clear. One by one, the Crithian warships began turning away, their retreat as rapid as their advance had been confident. As the enemy fleet vanished into hyperspace, Rylan slumped into his command chair, exhaustion finally catching up with him. Through the viewport, he watched as Dravik and Lunara circled the station in a protective pattern, their presence a promise and a warning to any who might threaten this place. Voss approached, her expression a mixture of awe and confusion. Captain, what were those creatures? How did they know to come? Rylan thought about bonds forged in fire, about friendships that transcended species and time, about the universe's strange tendency to reward those who stood for something greater than themselves. Family, he said simply. Their family. Outside, a dragon and a wolf stood guard over a small human station. Three unlikely allies united by a simple truth. Courage calls to courage, and true friends never let you stand alone, even when you're willing to.